Hello, my name is Pierre Peyrad. I'm a virtual reality movie director. I mainly create VR movies using 360-degree videos. And so during my work process, I'm going to show you how Intel Technologies allows me to earn a lot of time, mainly during the editing and during the rendering process.
So our first step during our creation process is to shoot using 360-degree cameras. So we use some of the best cameras on the market nowadays. So for example, the Samsung Round, the Candle S, GoPro Fusion, GoPro Omni, GoPro Max, Instapro X2, and those cameras gives us really high quality. Then we need to stitch and render the files without compressing to keep the best quality we can. Intel provided me with a 28-core dual-socket system using Intel Optane memory. This improves the computer experience with shorter boot times, fast application launches, and ultra-responsive real-time rendering. So here I'm working on a video shot during a big wave surf session. So I use the GoPro Max camera because it's one of the only cameras going into the water, so it's pretty good quality. This was shot in 5.6K, and I want to export without compressing my video because I want to keep the best quality I can. So let's say we're gonna export 20 seconds of this video, starting here. And we're gonna export 20 seconds, a bit more, let's say 25 seconds. Okay, here, so I want to export this video. I go into my options, so you can see here that I'm gonna keep the 5.6K resolution, and here I'm gonna choose ProRes because I don't want to compress my file, and let's keep it 422 to show you how fast it goes with high resolution. So just for you to know, I installed macOS Sierra on the tower. So I'm gonna call that rendering test. So as you can see, it goes really fast. I don't have any other reference to compare, but rendering almost 6K file, 25 seconds takes like 30 seconds. It's really fast. So that's a really good way to realize how fast this computer goes. I'm not going to show you all the stitching softwares. It's not the goal, and the time we earn is proportional to all the softwares. So I'm gonna go directly to the editing part using Premiere Pro. So here I'm on an edited project, so you can see that it's a pretty complex editing with a lot of different shots and sound designing and sound effects and picture effects. So this is very heavy, and to show you how heavy it is, look at the sequence size is 5.6K. So this is the size of my native videos, which is really high, and it's really hard to get a good real-time preview with classic computers or laptops. So here I renamed my sequence to final. I'm gonna put full resolution here, and you're gonna see that the preview in full resolution is just impressive. As you can see, the preview is really good. There's no lag. It's almost real-time preview. This is really helpful to work the sound design, the editing precisely, and without those Intel computers, I couldn't work as fast as I do. If you look also to another part of the movie, for example, where I have some 3D editing, the one you saw at the beginning of the video. So this is an After Effects sequence imported in Premiere Pro, and you can see that it's really smooth. That's it. So for Premiere Pro, I'm not going to show you all the tricks because it's not the interesting part of it. It's just to show you how fast the rendering of this computer goes. So I'm gonna get directly to my rendered file because, you know, as I couldn't compare to another computer at the same time, I don't need to show you all the rendering settings, but just to give you an idea, this full resolution 5.6K VR movie took me around 6 to 7 hours to render, which is really fast. The computer I had before was pretty good, but slower than this one, and he would have taken me maybe 2 to 3 times the time. Here I'm in the GoPro VR player, which allows me to visualize my final movie in 360 and turning using my pad. So just to show you that the computer is also able to read those kind of very high resolution files. So for VR movie makers, those really high resolutions are a big trouble during the production process, and we absolutely need to get those high frame sizes, because in actual VR headsets most of the time the field of view is around 110 to 120 degrees. So if you take the whole sphere, which is 360 degrees, what you see in front of you is just a third of it. So if you got a 6K full frame in front of your eyes, you got 2K. So as the screen of the VR headset is like 1 to 2 inches in front of your eyes, it's really close, and you're gonna see the pixels. That's why we need to get high resolution to reduce this pixel effect. And 6K actually is the resolution I use the most. So I'm gonna show you the final result in the GoPro VR player with the sound. So I'm gonna go to the most interesting part, let's say around here. So as you can see, I'm able to read this almost 6K file directly on the computer using the GoPro VR player, which is amazing. So here we are. We can see here a resume of our content creation process. So I show you a bit of stitching, I show you a bit of editing, and how the power of Intel Optane memory and processors help us to get really good previews in high quality without lag. So it's the same for all the softwares, you know. When we need to add some 3D animation, we use software such as Cinema 4D, Maya, 3ds Max, and others. Whatever the step, whatever the software, the time we earn using those computers with Intel technologies is proportional. At the end, the important thing for us is to earn time in every step, and that's why I'm really thankful to Intel for providing me such powerful computers. Thanks a lot, Intel, and thanks a lot for your attention. Goodbye.